Hello. Hello, everybody. We're getting
Uh,
started. Let's see.
ooh, Turtles in Time is a good one.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
You up there?
What a day for Mikey's. I forget it. When we talk about the Boxart, you got to OBS their thing into the thing.
I can handle that. I think it still will carry over from last week. Let me get Opera, the browser for gamers, over here.
That's what I like to hear, Jeff. That's what I like to hear.
And then I'll go to the Discordant server. There, and then let me mute it. Okay. And then what else do I need to do? Let's
You
go.
are coming in a little crackly sometimes.
Okay, thank you. Good to know. This is probably gonna break
Now it's
it.
pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably gonna break. Just give me a second. I'm fixing it. This is probably gonna break everything. I might sound funky.
Okay, I'm excited.
Should be better for you. Let me see about them.
You sound good.
Should be better for them too.
Oh, baby.
Actually, it's probably never bad for them. All right. Let's see. There's that. That's that. Let me go to their Stream Deck. Going to Nintendogs.
Hey, you guys hear me? Start cheering!
All right, you guys are probably getting an echo there while I fix that. Let's see. Goxler. Routing.
Hey, you guys.
Okay. Mike, you were probably not here. Were you hearing that? You might have been hearing that, but you probably
I don't know.
Hey, you guys hear me?
hear that.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I think I'm set up. I think I'm ready to go.
I need 1 second, and it's not because I'm finishing a game of Marvel Snap, I swear.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Okay. Okay.
No, that was
What's your rank?
You're
very
both addicts, so he understands.
What's your rank, Mike?
It's 49. I'm kind of pissed I'm not at 50 yet. What are you?
Like 44-ish, and I keep
Okay.
dropping down to 39 because I play on tilt like so hard.
Yeah, I know you do. Well, as long as I'm doing better than you, actually, I feel pretty good.
Okay, good.
No,
I'm happy for you.
again.
Happy for you.
All right, that's right. I'm the host of this one.
There's that. Where did that all go? Is this? I'm just gonna close this window, and that might have been a mistake, but oh well. Close that window. Close this window. All right, let me get up. Let me get up chat again. I just lost him, and then I will be good to go.
I got a tweet. I'm thinking you might have to too.
Yeah, yes, I do. Mario Party 1 and 2 N64 are almost out on Switch. It's according to Game Explain. Are they dropping tonight at midnight or something?
Oh, they might be.
This is good cover art this week. Thank you.
No, they
You're
just
welcome.
dropped.
Oh,
What
they're
they just
out now?
dropped? Wait, the
They
game.
literally just tweeted that, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Got it. Top of the list.
All right, let me tweet, and then we're going to get started, everybody. Thanks for bearing with us while we set up for the first time doing the podcast.
This slightly different YouTube look is really throwing me off.
What's wrong with the... What's different?
No, like YouTube, like
It's too rounded for Mike.
Oh, did they update?
The UI.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm the
it's
back
a
end, and the back
very-
end is not updated.
Yeah.
It's a very Android 12 look that Mike would not be familiar with.
Okay, that makes sense.
Everything's been turned into rounded edges.
Squirkles, Mike. We call them squirkles over here.
Sounds dirty. Where's Christian at? Is he okay?
I think he's probably
Where he doesn't
dead.
Show up. Feel bad. What's wrong?
He's probably dead.
Oh,
He's probably doing better things.
He doesn't have better things to do. Are you kidding me?
Did you guys notice the Christian face reveal on Twitter?
No, I didn't.
I mean, and maybe that's somebody else. I don't know. Maybe he just changed his profile picture to different some guy's face that I don't recognize. But like, I was like, is that his face? Wow.
Where is he?
Yes, everybody. I know. Contain your excitement, but it is in fact episode 69.
Nice.
Mhm.
I
We did
mean,
it.
yeah, that's not too different than his usual picture.
He's like covering his face with his hand in the other picture.
Isn't
I
that
never-
Knuble you're thinking of?
No.
They're all the same to him, Mike. All mods are the same.
Wow. I see.
They all look alike. All right,
Don't
I'm
mind
ready.
me, I'll just go back to my hole.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Here's the rainbow ghosty boo with the fandom sticker on it, everybody. There you go. Congratulations. Mike, if I count down and I started playing the music and then I hit record and start playing the music, would you be ready?
There's a decent chance I would be, yeah.
Okay, I think I'm just going to do it. 5, 4, 3.
Hey, you guys hear me? Start cheering now! Yeah, let's get this over with. Yeah.
Woof woof. Hi, I'm Mike Minotti, and I am a Nintendo.
Hi, I'm Jeff Grubb, and I'm a Nintendog.
We are the last of the Nintendogs. Thank you, Jeff. Today, Mario Party 1 and 2 are out on NSO. Like right now, we got some Mario anniversaries. NASCAR GameCube skills are applicable to real life, and we're talking SNES Boxart. Jeff, how are you doing?
I'm tired.
I think no. For once, I'm more like, yeah, I'm great. I feel tired. I think I'm tired. I think I might be more tired than you.
I don't know. I was falling asleep on the floor, and then my wife's like, my Starbucks points are about to run out. I'm like, please let me just get up and do anything so I can like get wind on my face so I can feel something again. So I got in the car and I did that and got back, and I'm like, oh, still tired. And then I remembered I had to do this show, so I'm like, okay, I really got to try to wake up. So I'm trying to force the energy into my body right now.
Yes, well, you're being screamed at that I am very low, apparently. When you
Okay.
take a nap, you have to fix that.
Yeah, you seem like you might be very low, especially compared to the old Jeff Grubb here.
The old Jeff boy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, who checks mic levels?
Who checks mic level? Certainly not the guy with the OBS open.
Nope. All right, this should be
know.
fine. This is good enough to me.
All right, everybody, is that better?
The problem is like when you talk during the opening too. I have the wrong audio file and I just haven't fixed it for like the last 5 weeks where it does not duck as you're starting to speak. So I need to just find that file and put it in there. But that's so much work.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't sound like much work, actually, but I guess
I know it doesn't sound like it, but you'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised. I just I have a trip in a couple days, and whenever I have a trip, I don't like to think about the trip until it's like very imminent.
Mhm.
But the problem with that is
Sure.
once it is, then I'm like, oh my god, I have all this shit I need to do, and there's just a lot of stuff at work right now that I kind of need to do or want to do. Just little things here or there. There's a review that if I wasn't leaving, I could very easily make the embargo, but since I am going to be missing out on days, now I'm not sure, and I'm trying, and it's just I can't wait to just like be on the car on my way to the airport, being like, all right, that's it. No matter
you
if
can't
I
do
didn't
anything
do
else
it
about
now,
it. Yep.
who cares? Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I know that feeling for sure. Once you're there, it'll be fine. Like, yeah, it'll be it'll be a different kind of stress. So the stress of just being somewhere.
No, I don't get that. Is that a stress you have? Is that a stress thing you have?
It's a good one where I'm just like, oh, how do I do this hotel, and how do am I going to be able to tell the Uber driver exactly where I need to go if he asks? I don't know this place at all, but it's all kinds of stuff that never actually causes any problems, and I'm used to it working out. So it's just that small undercurrent of travel stress that I usually find pretty thrilling, actually.
See, I think my stress is mostly just like pre-travel, and I think once I'm there, I think I know things kind of work out or whatever.
Mhm.
Like, at least as soon as I get on the plane, right? At least or even at least once I get to the gate, then I feel pretty good because sometimes things can get wacky there. But that's fine. So Jeff, we got Nintendo stuff to talk about.
Let's do
You
it.
ready for that?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, everybody thinks when I'm talking about a game review that I'm working on, by the way, they all assume it's God of War.
It's not.
Yes, sir. It's not God of War.
That bitch Mitch don't play no God of War.
No, absolutely not. Well, actually, I would like to, but later. Jeff, first thing, apparently, as we started the show, Mario Party 1 and 2 both became available on Nintendo Switch Online's expansion pack thingamajigger. Why did I have to say thingamajigger? That just sounds awkward, and that's Terranigma.
Yeah, it's Terranigma territory, absolutely.
It's Terranigma territory. Yeah, I thought I would play around with the words, change a sound here or there, and it just made everybody uncomfortable.
Yeah, you don't want to risk that with thingamajig. Okay, yeah, I'm not even going to try it.
See, you don't even want to say it.
I don't even want to say it.
Yeah, it doesn't. Trust me, it doesn't feel good.
It's got a bad mouthfeel too now.
Why'd I say it twice? Like, I don't know why I do the things that I do, people. Okay.
Don't ask me for introspection. I can't answer these things.
Yeah, don't
I'm
ask
afraid
me.
to look in there and what I feel.
Yeah, fuck you, and click that thumbs up button.
That's the pitch that we give every week. Fuck you and click the thumbs up.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what you can expect from this show.
I honestly have very little interest, Jeff, in playing Mario Party 1 or Mario Party 2. I have Super Mario Party. Or Mario Party Superstars, whichever hell is the one I actually play.
Mario Party Superstars. That one's very enjoyable. We had a good time playing that just a couple weeks ago. I mean, I had a great time playing it. And because I won and you lost. But, and it's got great online. I suppose that, Mario Party 1 and 2 being Nintendo Switch Online, it's going to work fine online. All those games work fine. But still, I'm just going to play Superstars instead. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, wait. This person's saying it's Mario Party 2 and 3. That can't possibly be right. That person must be wrong. It's definitely 1 and 2.
1 and 2 today, and then 3's coming next. Well, we don't know if 3's coming next month, but 3's coming soon, right?
Take that, beef.
Yeah.
You're the donkey.
Yeah.
Oh, come at me more, chat. You're just all wrong.
Wow. Okay. He's being very antagonistic very early in the episode.
Mikey is never antagonistic. Oh, he's just reading the box art wrong. Oh, you know what it is? I think there's a dice that shows a 3 on it. So I on the box art for Mario Party 1.
Let's see. His statement here is, "Wow, you know what? Shut up."
There you go.
Wow.
Bring it. But yeah, I'm not playing this shit.
Yeah,
I mean, like Mario Party 1 and 2. They're fun. I'm not gonna go to party mini game island or whatever. No.
Yeah, so my big issue is if Dan Reichert finds out about this, I could be in deep shit because he'll make me play it. But
is there a possibility he won't know?
Well, he doesn't follow gaming news all that closely. He just likes to play the games, he says. So I'm gonna tell everyone on the internet not to tell him, and I've asked Nintendo to delete the tweet. So we'll see.
Okay, well, good luck with that, Jeff.
Yeah,
I'm hoping for the best.
Thank you.
Hey, Jeff, Phil Spencer, your buddy, not quite as close as Jim Ryan.
No, not quite, but definitely a pal.
Says he would love to see Call of Duty on Switch. This is via an interview with Rebecca Valentine over at IGN.
Sure.
He said, Call of Duty specifically will be available on PlayStation. I'd love to see it on the Switch. I'd love to see the game playable on many different screens. Our intent is to treat Call of Duty like Minecraft. Jeff, is this even really about the Switch, or is this more about getting that acquisition done?
I mean, yes, it's about both things. I mean, I think long term they would love to see Call of Duty on Switch, because if Call of Duty's on Switch, that's one more thing that it kind of makes it easier to one day be like, well, you already got Call of Duty and Minecraft on Switch. Why not Xbox Game Pass? Or at least, it's all small steps in that direction. I think he sees it as. But this, I mean, obviously, all of his conversations recently, all his public statements, going on the Wall Street Journal stage, doing an interview with iJustine for their podcast and stuff. He's out there. He's doing the public rounds to drum up a sort of narrative in the press and in the coverage of the Activision merger that makes it sound like, oh, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. So, yeah, you're right. It's mostly about that.
I guess my real question is, do you actually expect there to be a Call of Duty game on the Switch in, let's say, the next 3 years?
I think that if a Switch Pro /2 comes out in the next couple of years, I think there's a strong possibility that I think Warzone will go to Switch. Yes.
Yeah, that would make sense, huh?
Yeah.
Scale down Warzone. That would make sense, I guess.
Yes.
All right then, Jeff. Next thing here. Hey, so we got a couple fun anniversaries. So first, Super Mario Galaxy today actually turns 15.
Wow.
So that's fun.
Good game.
Mario Odyssey, kind of a few days ago, several days ago, celebrated its 5th anniversary. Jeff, it's not so, we talk a lot about how, well, it's like the longest we've been between mainline Zelda games. Well, at least we always knew what the next mainline Zelda game was for a while.
Yeah, Mario Odyssey could be the last Mario ever.
That must be what's happening. I mean, obviously not, but man, it is kind of like, gosh, we have to kind of be hearing about it, unless it is such of a, for some reason, they don't want to talk about it until Tears of the Kingdom is out, or they don't want to talk about it until they're talking about Switch Pro or Switch 2.
I think we have to remember, and this is something I frequently forget, Bowser's Fury does exist. And now that's not to say that it counts as a full Mario, although I think it's a full Mario game in spirit for the most part. It could have been a false start in terms of them releasing another new Mario, and could have been enough of a distraction that a real Mario sequel got delayed or never even got started because they were working on Bowser's Fury instead. So I think there was going to be a little bit more of a delay between these games because of Bowser's Fury. And that makes sense, even though it kind of hurts a little bit to like, oh, that game only came out a couple years ago. Are we going to have to wait another 4 or 5 years on top of that one? I really hope not.
Yeah, I would hope maybe that threw things off by like a year or two. But yeah, it is a good point. Like, how much did that kind of...
It's weird. It's like schedule. You always forget about Bowser's Fury. It's almost like you're suppressing it because of painful memories or something like that. And, because it was, like it led to your imprisonment of some sort. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, right. That's right. It's like, what are you talking about? Oh, right. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Jeff, which one's better, Odyssey or Galaxy?
Fuck. God, at this point, I really, really feel in my heart that it's Odyssey. Although Galaxy is such a good game.
It is.
Galaxy is definitely the best of the... I mean, Nintendo makes a distinction here where there's the obstacle course ones, and then there's the... What do they call the Odyssey ones? They're like the open world one. I don't know how they actually... Yeah. Of the opening ones, Odyssey's the best.
Zone.
The open zone, exactly. And then of the obstacle course ones, Mario Galaxy 2 actually probably is the best, but Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are continuations of one another. So, yeah, both are all-time classics.
Like the Sandbox one is like...
Sandbox, okay.
Sandbox one, yeah. Odyssey's just like my favorite. It's probably the best Mario game, I think.
Yeah, it's one of the best games.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff, we could run a poll. We haven't run a poll in a while. Let's ask the people. Mario Galaxy 1 or
I love this
Mario
idea.
Odyssey.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Me
go to your Discords. Tell your friends to come here and vote. Yeah. It's we got a bunch of followers, our new subscribers last month, and then over the last week we've lost 22 like in aggregate. So I'm like, all right, let's try to get more subscribers. I don't know how to do that on YouTube. Go tell your friends that we're arguing.
Yeah. Tell them we're it's a bloodbath over here.
Yeah.
We need intervention. We need people to decide for us. Hey, don't forget. I forgot to do the super chat pitch because I see we got one here from Gartooth, which we will in fact get into before the end of the show. But if you want to send in a super chat, please do that. We will read them all before we get to the end. All right, Jeff. Last thing here. NASCAR driver stuns to qualify for the championship with the GameCube move. This is by Alana. Gosh, how would you say this? Haggis?
Let me take a look here. Alana Haggis.
Haggis.
Hags or Haggis?
Hags, yeah. Nintendo Life. So there's a NASCAR race, and the racer Ross Chastain, might be saying that wrong. Also, he recreated a movie used to perform in NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup on the GameCube to secure a final qualifying spot for the championship. Anybody who's played a racing game on some kind of like a NASCAR track knows that you kind of have to slow down when you take a turn, right? So that you don't go spin out of control. Anybody who's played
Unless-
Everyone's also played a racing game knows that sometimes you just kind of go full throttle and just kind of glide into the wall and just sort of let it turn for you. He just actually did that and it worked. He passed up like 5 cars or more or something like that. And the very last turn of the race, like got into second place or something at the end to qualify. My question is, I know very little about NASCAR. Is this gonna like fuck up the sport now?
Yeah,
is
like
everyone gonna try this?
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 reactions to it from within NASCAR. Where it's like, hey, that's weird that worked. I mean, I guess physics and all, and that GameCube game, we should have known better. And then the other half is like, oh my god, we gotta outlaw this. Everyone can't start trying to do this. Like, this is gonna be bad. Also, chat points out that I got bored in the middle right in the question, and so I wrote Super Mario Odyssey or Super Mario Sunshine. Listen, guys, it's
Can you guys tell we are really both firing on all cylinders tonight?
we are well-oiled machines.
Holy shit!
Super Mario Galaxy is what is it?
There you go. What it wouldn't be inappropriate if episode 69 is the last episode of Nintendogs.
They cancel themselves. They just, I don't know. They just
said
fell
that's
apart
a
in front
funny
of us.
number.
Yeah,
Just got up and left.
they tried to say thingamajigger, and it went real bad. It went
got
real bad.
awkward.
Yeah.
They couldn't even really turn it into a joke. They just stumbled around it for a bit, and then awkwardly moved on to something about NASCAR. It was a mess.
I love that this. I watched the video, and
Oh.
it really does just shoot around that corner like you do in a video game. It's
It
pretty
really
incredible.
does. And it is kind of like, I mean, yeah, it is weird to see it actually happen, to see it work. But I'm also like, nobody has ever tried this.
Yeah, I mean, apparently some people have tried unsuccessfully, like a couple times in the past. This is the first person to succeed at it, I guess. So.
Oh yeah, Clappy's right. So I had a stream last night because it was Halloween. And I was like, okay, I said I was gonna play Eternal Darkness for Halloween. I think I got a little bit left. I'm going to beat it tonight. So I really dedicated myself to that. There was a bit more of that game left than I thought, so it took a while to beat. But I also ran like my first follower goal or subscription goal to watch a movie for a watch along, and it was for Rocky Horror Picture Show. We met the goal, but I didn't start the movie till like 2:30 a.m. or something because Eternal Darkness took forever. Also, hilariously, because it took so long, apparently Rocky Horror Picture Show was only there till Halloween, and like it wasn't Halloween anymore technically, so we couldn't even watch it.
Oh my God! No way.
Right? Yeah. So, but I found the Street Fighter 2 official animated movie. That's on Amazon. I was like, oh, that's fun.
Is that the one where Chun-Li takes a shower?
Okay. Yes, because I did not know about the shower, and
I know all about the shower.
I was giggling like a child who has never seen a pair of breasts before. No, it was just hilarious to me that there was some an official Street Fighter product where it's just here's Chun-Li's tits.
Yeah, I mean,
and ass.
Man, it was anime in the 90s. There were no rules. There were no laws.
Sure weren't.
Except for one rule. You show the boobies. You show the
them.
boobies.
Yeah, that was actually the best fight scene in the whole movie too. The one with her against Vega.
Mm-hmm.
And the final fight scene wasn't nearly as good. Tits and ass, Michael. Ass. It was actually it was a pretty fun movie.
Yeah, it's fine. It's good. Sagat is a motherfucker in that movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just was not. I was like, oh yeah, the shower scene. So there's gonna be like the steam covering the bits. At first they show her ass. I was like, whoa, kind of spicy over here.
Kind of racy.
It's just like, oh no, there's her breasts. Like, right. But gosh, Dragon Ball also showed Bulma's breast, and that's like specifically like this is a little kid show for little kids. Here's the little kid. Also, here's this girl's tits. It's like, oh Japan. But yeah, that's maybe I'm a little slap happy from not getting enough sleep on top of everything else. All right, that was a fun little tangent. Oh, that's also the end of the news, actually. So we did it.
We did it.
Yeah. We got some questions from our ever-loving community. I'm sure none of them will call us any weird names or anything.
I'm sure.
I wasn't setting up for a bit. Our first one here is from Benji Glaskey. He says, "Hey, smelly twerps." Are there any character designs that just make you feel uncomfortable? I believe you folks have said something similar about some of the designs in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Yeah, I mean, look, Pyro and Mithra don't make me uncomfortable. I think they're kind of pathetic. Seems rough,
Embarrassing. A
but
little embarrassing.
they're maybe a little embarrassing. There's like that some snow lady with like the ridiculous proportions. That is pretty uncomfortable. There's something weird about that. I told you before. There's that character from that wrestling game based off that show you like, and I do not. He makes me very uncomfortable.
The one that is wearing like the flesh mask.
Yes, the flesh mask with
Yeah.
like the lips. It makes me very uncomfortable. I
Yeah.
think because that's basically how they would draw like lips for like the like a negative stereotype black characters in
Sure.
like old American cartoons, and these two things are probably unrelated. I don't know. It makes me uncomfortable though.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I get it. I mean, listen, that show's got a man with a Fu Manchu, and it looks like a stereotypical like kung fu guy, and his name is Ramen Man. So hey,
I mean, that's just everything until like 2015. It's like, oh, we're gonna have more characters here. How about we have somebody from Russia, and his whole thing is that he likes to do that one dance we saw in Pinocchio when we were kids, and he'll wear a big heavy coat,
I mean, I get it.
and he'll call everybody comrade because
I looked up. I did a Google search here: Chun-Li Street Fighter movie shower, just to remind myself. And there is just a straight up picture of the I don't know how the biggest vagina bones you've ever seen. That movie maybe invented him vagina bones.
I was pretty upset at the lack of Cammy in that movie. She basically showed up at the beginning, did not even have her fun, sexy British accent from Street Fighter 4 onwards, and then wasn't in the movie anymore. She did kill a man for legs, though, so
That's always
she made the
good.
most of her screen time.
Good.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, if we really wanted clickbait, we should have just like taken the Chun-Li picture of her in the shower and actually cover up the bits with like steam or our faces. Jesus Christ! Okay. Okay. Oh my God, I thought that was a naked picture of her.
No. No, it's just Mike. It's
Okay, I get
just
it, yes.
the vagina bones.
I get it. It's just she has her tight or whatever on. Okay. I was terrified for a moment there. What was going on? I was like, gee, Jeff, no!
No, there's blurred out pictures of the boobs, but they're not blurred out enough. So that's not happening.
No, they are not blurred out enough. Absolutely not. Next one. Okay, we got through one question here. Next one from Dr. Sluss. Hey, Jeff, insert funny name Grubb. And Mike, I have no kids, so I bought this hentai statue of Nutty. No, I haven't done that yet. What is your greatest non-gaming skill? For example, I'm god tier at loading the dishwasher. Huh. That's interesting.
That's the greatest non-game. I'm a good driver.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I used to do it for a living. I used to
That's right.
deliver pizzas, and I was a courier, and I delivered sandwiches, and I did it a lot, and I did it on a busy Ohio State campus during like game day and stuff. So yeah, I'm a good driver. I pay attention really well. Honestly, it's at this point, it's not even paying attention. I'm just like automatically scanning all the time. I kind of always know what the other cars are doing, and very defensive driver. So it's yeah, I feel very confident saying I'm a good driver.
Sex.
Yeah, right. You're number one fucker. Yes.
Yes, that's it. That's mine. We got it. I don't know. I like to cook meat. I don't know if I'm amazing at it, but you know what? I was getting pretty good at Bob Ross style, like oil painting for a bit there. And then when I moved, I just didn't make a space to do it, so I fell off it, which is too bad. I should get back into that at some point, but alas, been a bit. So I don't know. We'll go with smoking meat. How about that?
I love it.
Didn't
I
you
love to
read Twitch
smoke
chat while
meat.
driving I love to smoke meat and to have sex while thinking about Chun-Li in the shower.
And the vagina bones, yes.
And the vagina
Very
bones.
important.
Haas says, hey, yo, dogs, in light of the NASCAR driver using his mad GameCube wall ride to help him qualify for the championship, are there any video game skills or tactics you think could work in real life? I'm pretty sure I could pack a suitcase much more efficiently with the items coming at me Tetris style. Yeah, that can make some. Is there any examples of damage boosting in real life? Intentionally taking hits to progress.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Like if you needed to do a heist inside an ER room, Like in the inside the ER, you're like, if you hurt yourself, they would let you in quicker, I suppose. So yeah, no, not really.
Yeah, it's a stretch. It's a
Yeah,
stretch.
it's a stretch.
Stretchy, Jeff. But
Yeah.
I also posed a stupid question, so I guess I should
Jeff Grubb's
expect the
career.
stupid
Yes,
answer.
that's right. Yes.
Jeff Grubb's career.
All right, it's just a series of stepping on rakes and then getting flung further into stardom and celebrity.
Screaming Mad says, "Hey, Nintendogs." I don't know why I made it sound so aggressive. But with the show having favorite NES and SNES box art episodes, the last of the Nintendogs have a favorite Nintendo commercial or advertisement category. Either be a TV commercial or an ad printed on a game magazine. That's a good idea.
I'll
Remind
save
me
mine then,
if I forget.
because I have an
Yeah,
answer
you're
to
gonna
this.
say it now. I do too. I think. Well, at least the first one that comes to mind for
Yeah,
sure.
maybe it's the first one that comes to mind. We could do that, and we'll take a different ones.
We should definitely say not trailers though. So not like the
No.
Breath of the Wild trailer, like
TV commercials, yes.
or like magazine ad. Yeah. I get
All right,
it.
all right. No, we'll say it now. I have to pick a different one. Alex Proyas's Metroid Prime with the live action Metroid Prime stuff.
Oh yeah.
I think that thing was so cool, and they did all kinds of behind the scenes stuff on it.
Did.
And the promise of a potential Metroid Prime movie coming out of that was like so real at the time. Yeah, it was very cool.
Fish and Love's like this episode better be titled Vagina Bones. I think we've already named two other
think so, too.
podcasts Vagina Bones at this point.
I think so too. Yes.
Yeah. To be clear, we didn't invent that. It was because when they ported Tokyo Mirage Sessions to the Switch, or it was just the US version or something. Like the one character who's like wearing like, she had like a big midriff showing, she had like low riding jeans. She had like the really exaggerated hip bones showing up, and they like kind of smoothed them out or got rid of them. And the guy complaining, because there's always the guys who complain about censorship.
Yeah, they're censoring the vagina bones.
They like decide that a 17-year-old girl should be 18 in the Western version or something. Yeah, he said, I can't believe it. They even got rid of the vagina bones. He was not saying it like a joke.
God, that's the
It's
best.
incredible.
Yep.
It was just absolutely the best. But yes, remind me about that Screaming Man if I forget. Velocity Prime says, Married Tuesmas to the Dogs. Recently I saw the trailer for the upcoming film The Menu, and I immediately clocked that it used the score from the 2018 movie Hereditary. That this is a fairly common practice in the movie world, most famously being their Requiem for a Dream score used for the Lord of the Rings trailer. But made me wonder, will games ever use music from other games in promotional material, or even the product itself, or companies much too protective of that? Yeah, probably not. Plus these days, like, we don't even really use score music anymore, right? We use licensed music, or we do a cover of licensed music sung by a child slower.
Mm-hmm. And sadder.
This is kind of related. I remember the craziest thing was when there was that trailer for that one Peter Pan movie that came out in like 2002 or something, or 2003-ish, and it used the music from Miss 3 Exile. Like, that's the music.
Oh, that's
they used.
cool.
And like AJ really liked Miss 3, so I knew that soundtrack really well. So we started playing. I was like, holy shit, it's Miss 3.
I think if movie trailers were still like they were in the 90s, something would have been like in a world, and it would have been sad. But then when it was time to like let the audience know, no, don't worry, there's lots of happy stuff in this. The trailer music would have switched to Baba Yetu, and it would just like in the middle would just go into Baba Yetu, and then like Baba Yetu, and it'd be like, wow, because I'm like, yeah, it's a kind of a song that you could really hear in the trailer, but. Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that. Next one here is from Beefhammer. Says, Happy November, Jeff checking his kids' Halloween candy for illicit Earthworm Jim Games grub.
Keep them away.
Mind Goblin Minotti.
What's Mind Goblin?
What is Mind Goblin?
Mind Goblin these nuts!
I'm not gonna make it. I'm just being honest, Jeff. More like 68 and a half episodes.
Okay. I'll try. Okay.
Square Enix stated that it is critical for our business that we produce hit titles that speak to the global market. Do you think this could be bad news for things like Octopath and Live Alive? They seem to sell well enough, but aren't exactly mega hits. I'm assuming Forspoken is meant to be such one such globally appealing title, but I worry what happens if that has just okay sales as well. I mean, right now it'd be surprising if Forspoken was some kind of like generation defining hit, right?
Yeah.
With global appeal. I mean, it might come out and do fine. I think he's just saying things. I think they're going to continue to make games like Live Alive and Diofield Chronicle, especially because they need to make games that they can release on Switch, right?
Yeah, Switch games sell. Those games probably sell okay on Switch. And like HD 2D is a real good way of taking games that might not have a massive appeal and making them somewhat more appealing. Like I know, like if you look at the completion rate for some of those games when they hit Game Pass, and look at who got the achievement for like finishing the first achievement or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's usually pretty low. But I don't know. I still think that, that look can help those games appeal more. And I don't know. I think they have a strategy for a lot of that stuff. It's just not going to be as big as Final Fantasy. Nothing they have is going to be as big as Final Fantasy 16, except for some Dragon Quest games, maybe going forward.
Mm-hmm. Then from Bench JC, hey Meatmen, do you think companies like Nintendo will pay the monthly $8 for verification? I think it's also good to take into consideration they may have many verified accounts. Jeff, I am already so tired, way too tired to even think about Elon Musk right now.
Yeah, and I don't care. Verify me, don't verify me. I mean, listen, if this goes through, I think it was 9volt on Twitter is like, I'm going to just pay the money and change my name to Nintendo and say all kinds of crazy shit and just keep doing that forever.
That's incredible.
What's the point of the... Okay, I don't care. I actually don't care.
The problems with it are so obvious, Jeff, that I feel it infuriates me that they need to be said.
Yes, exactly.
That's what bothers me here.
I'm just going to use that website the way I have been as a mental exhaust tube for my dumb thoughts. And whatever. If it goes to hell, it goes to hell.
See, I've been having a bit of a, like, you had your rise. I'm in the middle of my rise, and I was, like, really looking forward to, I'm going to get 10,000 at some point, and then I'll be happy, right, when I get 10,000.
It's all about hitting the numbers, then you're happy, absolutely, that's how it works.
But now it's like, I don't know if it's because of people leaving because of the takeover, or if it's actually bots, or what is it, but, like, it was, like, up, and now it's, I feel bad.
That stuff happens. I mean, it's happening on YouTube right now. It's happening there's ups and downs because of the algorithms and stuff. So yeah. Oh well.
Mr. Bower says, happy All Saints Day to good Catholic boy Mike Minotti, and a happy regular Tuesday to godless heathen Jeff Grubb. Who would you consider to be the most disrespected Nintendo characters? Not a character per se, but the official Pokedex entries for Magikarp include such disrespectful phrases as a pathetic excuse for a Pokemon, the most weak and pathetic Pokemon in the world, and you'll soon grow tired of seeing them. That's pretty rough. You'll soon grow tired of seeing them. Damn, they should put that should be our fucking motto. Put that right under Last of the Nintendogs. You'll soon grow tired of seeing them.
Oh yeah, I like that a lot. I mean, I don't think anything beats Magikarp. I mean,
well, there's Waluigi not being in Smash, and then that incredible that was the Washington Post storyline, right? Like Nintendo humiliates whoever Waluigi.
Yeah, definitely, man. I don't know. At a certain point, we should have known all along, Waluigi was never going to be in Smash.
It's got to be in the next one. They got to be running out of people.
The next one, sure, yeah.
Especially people that actually get requested a good bit. I mean, Sora's in there now. Who are people going to actually be like, you got to get him in? Because they even Minecraft Steve. There's Gino and Waluigi
and Rusty from Real Deal Baseball.
Yeah, everyone's real. I don't even know what Rusty looks like. Jeff,
the streets are thriving with the demands for Rusty. So you're right.
Talk about Rusty all the time. I have no mental image of it. I just
looks kind of like a shitty dog. Just imagine a shitty dog. Yeah.
God. Jimmy Nintendo says, "Woof woof. What do you think is the future of cloud streaming on Switch? Are we going to see more third parties utilize it as the hardware continues to age? I don't know. Are we going to really still get more big cloud-only games on Switch? Or are these people in a holding pattern until we get new hardware?
We'll get the same that we have been getting, the same number we've been getting for the last little bit, a couple a year. Some companies are going to just be like, man, I don't know. Well, I guess we could do the cloud version. How much more work is it? It's a little bit, and I got nothing else to do. then yeah, those games will end up on cloud on Switch. But I bet a lot of others are ready to just be like, let's just wait till a Switch Pro or 2 comes along, and then we'll figure it out. So yeah, it's not going to be some massive increase in support for that technology on the Switch, at least.
Casual says, "Dear fellow snapperoonies, now that the worst month of the year is here. The worst month. Wow, it's time to really dive into some comfort food. What are some of yours, home cooked or otherwise? I like any kind of pasta, basically. Just give me carbs and put some kind of a sauce on it, and that'll probably be my favorite food that you could possibly give me. I need to make a. I bought some San Marzano canned tomatoes. So I can make a red sauce pretty soon here. Although I think I'm in the mood to make a chili too. It's been a while since I made chili, and chili is good when it's getting chilly.
I like burritos, and I like chicken and a biscuit. Well, not the chicken and the biscuit crackers, yes, but also chicken and biscuit that my wife makes with like cream of chicken soup and a nice flaky, Pillsbury biscuit. Give me that. That's good.
Sounds
Also,
good.
November
Yeah.
top 3 month.
Oh yeah, I like November.
It goes on the Mount Rushmore of months. November, October, clear number one. Clear number one. October.
Clear number one.
Clear number one.
I was enjoying October. Yeah, October was very pretty.
It's
I will
pretty.
say, like,
the weather gets nice. All the good sports are happening.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, you might be right. I will say, like, right after, like, last night, I kind of, like, laid down, and, like, you go on YouTube and a lot of people still have, like, the spooky theme stuff, like, coming out, and I'm like, I'm really actually over it now. I really indulged in it this year. I surrounded myself with every kind of ghost and ghoul and thing I could. I even had like the different theme overlay for like my stream stuff, and like last night I was like, that's enough of that for a while.
Oh yeah, I gotta change the pumpkins on. All right, yeah, that reminds me. Okay, cool. I'll figure that out.
Keep I don't carve my pumpkins so they can stay out as kind of slightly tasteful.
I have the pumpkin transition for Game Mess mornings.
Oh yes, no.
So
good,
I gotta remember to
bueno,
change that
more.
before we start the show tomorrow.
Yeah. Diogo RP says, "Hello, Jeff, honorary Oos Grubb, and Mike. I'm not feeling very oosy lately, been naughty." I love Sami Zayn. After playing on the Steam Deck for a while, I feel very aware of how small and slick the Switch feels in comparison, which begs the question: do you see Nintendo going for an XL line of Switch successor, or the screen costs make it inefficient and OLED is the way to go in terms of a differentiator, higher model? Yeah, I don't think they're gonna make like a bigger Switch. I don't think that's the path to.
Yeah, I think they probably
Switch.
still fit. I mean, the OLED did increase the screen size, right? But there's still a bezel. They could probably get away with fitting an 8-inch screen in there still. I think, and just make like this whole face a screen, and then still keep the same form factor overall. I think that's the route.
Lenny, Cool Dick Denver says, "Hey Mike, I won't be here Thursday. I've been holding in a shit Minotti and Jeff, #1 Sega Cyberstick enthusiast Grubb. With Fire Emblem, Zelda, Pikmin, and a Kirby remake coming out in 2023. What is the next Nintendo franchise, other than Metroid the Prime remake, that we will see get a new entry? I'm assuming we see a new Mario Party or sports game, but I just want F-Zero to not be dead. I can't ever hope for F-Zero anymore. Like, it'll happen someday, but like when it happens, it happens. I don't know. Like Mario Party at this point, either you're releasing the old ones, can you really make a third one on the Switch? If anything, there should just be DLC for Mario Party Superstars, and I don't know why there isn't already.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know what else. We talk about some stuff like things that are due. F-Zero is one that obviously comes up, but a lot of the things have kind of gotten some love here or there. I do think that maybe there is going to be some other Mario game that gets some kind of a remaster or something.
Yeah.
Maybe even like here's Mario 3D Land and it's been reworked for the Switch. Or
that would make sense. That's a good poll.
So
I was gonna say like
Mario Galaxy 2, and that's your second Mario collection thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would kill for just an HD re-release using the Super Mario Maker graphics of 1, 2, 3 World. I think that would be fantastic, but I don't think they're going to do that.
George then says Kid Icarus, and that's right. We've been hearing those rumors that Uprising.
That probably is happening, yeah.
That probably is happening, and I'll be happy for that. Jayton says, "Sup, bona fide experts who make each other look smart. I plan to get a Steam Deck sometime soon, and I am worried it will eat up how much I play my Switch. Are there any third-party games you prefer to play on the Switch over the deck?" Yeah, basically anything that's already gonna run like 60 frames per second on the Switch, or like as good as it's going to, I will just play on there. Like when I get Trails from Zero, I'm just gonna get that on the Switch. Uh, just because it is, it is still a slightly easier access to the Switch. It is slightly lighter. It has slightly better battery life. So the Steam Deck is great because it is so powerful and it can do all these other things. But if it's running the same game experience, I still would rather use my Switch.
Yeah, that
Slightly
OLED
lighter, more than
screen,
slightly lighter. Yeah,
the
sure.
OLED screen is just so damn good. So
It is.
if it's the same experience, I'll go with the Switch. I think, for the most part, in most situations. Recently, every damn Joy-Con I have does this. This one slides off without me hitting the button, and boy, that drives me crazy. Boy, it just makes me kind of furious. It's like, so I feel like I have to cradle it, and that causes a little bit of hand fatigue a bit faster than I would like.
Is that problem with the Joy-Con or with the console itself?
I think it's with the Joy-Con. I think I'm gonna.
That's good at least.
Yes, exactly. If it was console, that would be like a whole other thing. But I'm gonna go through my Joy-Cons, see if I got one that will stay on there more securely. I have like a Zelda one that has a D-pad. Should just go check and see if that one will go on there. I just like these white ones so much. It's just a real bummer. It's annoying. But other than that, throw that out. The Switch still has its place, especially because that screen is just so damn good.
Loru says, "Is there any chance Nintendo will use the Metroid Prime 20th anniversary as the starting point for the Metroid Prime HD remastered announcement, and then have the game released in December? Nintendo's December schedule is pretty light at the moment." Well, we sure hope so, don't we, Jeff?
I do hope so. Yes, I would like to not shave my head. That'd be very nice. I think there's a possibility for that. I mean, it's just Nintendo's so weird. There is only one other example of them doing such a short announcement. Apparently, Super Mario 3D All-Stars was very quick, and I guess that's pretty similar. So maybe they're going to do the same thing here in terms of like a very quick turnaround. I think it's possible that, yeah, you're right. They announced it in November, released it in December. I never heard for sure November. What I heard for sure was holidays. It's like, then you just assume November because, for like the last year, I've been hearing, well, the 20th anniversary is in November. That would make a lot of sense. And then you compare that up with a good source saying holidays. Well, then, I jumped to November. But yeah, December could also be it. I just don't know anymore. And if I am mentally very prepared for it not coming out and having to go bzzz. And that's fine. We'll all live. It'll grow back.
Well,
I hope.
We'll turn it into some kind of charity stream too.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll turn a negative into a positive.
Yes, absolutely.
That's all right.
Yep.
Epic Open World says, "Hey, Nintendo Bros, I'm playing Persona 5, mostly because the Persona pervs in the Discord, and greatly enjoying it. The intro that plays when you start the game is so good. I watch it every time I play. What are some of your favorite game intros?" Ooh, I think about this a bit. There are some very good game intros. I think maybe two of my favorites are one, Kingdom Hearts 2's, which was awesome because it recaps Kingdom Hearts 1 and it recaps Chain of Memories. And like in the first Kingdom Hearts, they were too afraid to put Mickey, Donald, or Goofy in like the CG stuff. And here you get to see them in the CG bit, and it's really fucking cool. And they're playing Sanctuary, and it's this fucking awesome song. I don't know, I'm swearing so much, but that it gets me excited. In the end there, it's like he crashes through the water. So, oh, yeah, that's great. The other one is Burning Crusade, the WoW expansion, because it has like the cool Illidan stuff bookending this really awesome like montage of just different what could be player characters and seeing how cool they are, and a lot of them are sort of from the original game cinematic. You can kind of see how they're stronger and more powerful now. All these really cool vignettes. Then you have the famous, "you are not prepared" bit. Gets me very, very hyped. How about you, Jeff?
Yeah, I like Ninja Gaiden, excuse me, for the NES. The early Tecmo FMV sequences on the NES were so good, and especially good there. Them jumping up.
FMV for that. I don't know if that's full motion video.
Did I say FMV?
You did.
I just meant cinematics, cutscenes.
Yeah.
Look, I meant cutscene.
I'll cut you down with hurtful words.
Well, fair enough. I mean, listen, I would have it no other way. Yeah, I like that. Looked really good. And then I like Munch's Odyssey because of that time I saw it on Cinematech, And it was like, it blew my mind.
These are both such weird answers I was not expecting.
I mean, listen,
Great,
you
Jeff.
ask questions, you're gonna get that real shit. All right.
Fair enough.
Cinemas,
What
as
a-
people would say back in Jeff's days. How
It's the
dare
cinema.
you? How dare you? Ninja Gaiden also, Ninja Gaiden also had really good scrolls. Turbo Shans, and go to hell. And it was on a 12 meg cartridge. Oh, these are references to magazines from the 1980s. Sorry, everybody.
This is incredible. Did the magazine say anything about Chun-Li's tits being in that card?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how I learned about it. Yes.
Was that
I saw the
Stuff
blurry
magazine?
image in the magazine. Was just like, well, I got to make this happen.
Remember Stuff magazine? That was like
Yeah.
one of the magazines for 15-year-old boys. with, like-
No, it's not. I believe you mean a lad mag. It was
Lad
a lad
mag?
mag. Yes, a magazine for lads.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no. What up versus CPU says, did Nintendo mess up by not making any big announcements for the new year of the NSO expansion pack? I mean, if numbers go down, maybe. I don't know. It's so weird, Jeff, because it seemed like the subscription services was full steam ahead on everything. And then, yeah, we got nothing new for NSO console-wise this year. Even Microsoft's kind of like, oh, everybody, maybe we're lower your expectations for Game Pass a little bit. And then Sony today was talking about PlayStation Plus just like losing a bunch of subscribers. And they're like, they have their excuses. It's because it's not a very well-defined or valuable product right now, especially in terms of the retro game offerings, which I think they forgot about.
I honestly don't know if Jim Ryan even knows about it.
Yeah. So, it's been weird all around with this kind of stuff.
Yep. I mean, it's important to have these services. It's kind of hard to pitch them. The honest to God, real biggest selling point for all of these services is you can play the game you want to play online. Like that's it. That's what sells PlayStation Plus. Call of Duty. What sold Nintendo Switch Online was probably stuff like Mario Kart and Smash Brothers. Like those were probably the big movers, and then all this extra stuff is honestly just extra and not as important to most people.
I can see that. Garfield, what the hell was that?
No, we don't have to talk about it. Things.
Did you drop your Switch?
No, things fell off the wall. I don't want to. It was a gravity piece of shit.
What fell off the wall?
I got a sign, a neon light up sign that looks like a controller. There was a deal on Amazon, and I got one. Actually, okay, I got two. It was a 2-for-1 deal. So I put one in the bar, and I put one over here behind the Simpsons arcade machine, and it came with like command strip stuff to hang it up. And I didn't do a good job. And now they both fell.
When did you put it up?
This one I put up a couple hours ago. Well, I put them both up a couple
Okay.
hours ago. Then I'm like, this one during the show, one of the hooks already fell, and it was hanging by one hook. And people might have saw me look over. I was looking at that, and then I looked way over. I'm like, oh, is the one in the bar still hanging up? Nope. That one's that one's down already. So
They didn't break though, did they?
they're plastic. It's plastic. It's fine. It uses LEDs instead of actual neon.
Everything's falling apart, Jeff.
I mean, listen, we just got to get through today. I don't know if tomorrow's going to be better, but I know that we have to just get through today. We just got to get past episode 69.
Then everything will be okay.
Everything will be okay.
Then we'll get to Friday night and nothing bad can happen.
Nothing
on a
bad
Friday
can happen
night.
on a Friday night forking.
Garfield Lasagna Party Hype says, hello, Mike. Blew the lead in Game as Jeopardy Minotti, and Jeff has never had a lead to blow Grubb.
Fair enough.
How will the changes ARM is making to its licensing policy affect Nintendo/Switch? From court filings from ARM
remember.
versus Qualcomm suit, it seems
Qualcomm. Yeah, sure.
Quailmancom. It seems that starting 2024, ARM will not license CPUs for use in SoC.
System on the chips.
Thank you. Utilizing cores, for example, GPUs, from other designers. NVIDIA seems to have a pre-existing agreement that exempts them from this for the time being, although I don't know if that specific agreement extends to the SoCs for Nintendo as well. Jeff, this is all you.
Yeah, yeah, this is challenging, and it's going to be potentially an issue, but I don't think anyone really knows exactly how it's going to play out yet. That NVIDIA deal probably does cover Nintendo, though. Probably does. We'll find out. I've been meaning to look into this more because I remember I heard about the ARM Switch in the last week, and I'm like, oh, I guess that's something I could research, and I haven't done that yet. So I'll look into it more closely, and we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen.
Xbot Killer's Proxy says, woof woof. If Sparks of Hope sells better than expected, do you think Nintendo would ever consider another Mario RPG with the tactical combat? I mean, no, they would just consider another Mario plus Rabbids. I don't think they'd start thinking about Geno and Mallow again or anything like
Right.
that.
They're not going to be like, well, this thing with Ubisoft is working. Let's go work with Square Enix.
No. Man, I miss Xbot Killer. What the hell happened to him?
He came when I was on Miles' show on Saturday.
Shattered.
He showed up there to yell
Xbox
at me.
Shattered is.
Yeah.
Oh, he showed up there. Did you ask him where he's been?
No, no, but I made it clear that I missed him, just in the way I
Yeah.
spoke to him.
Maybe, yeah. I hope we didn't accidentally ban him or something.
I mean, he's probably got
I never
another
stalked him
account.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's just we actually are like Magikarp. He got tired of seeing us. The Uncharted Wolf says, "Hi, Jeff. Went as the guy who predicted Zelda remasters in the direct and was wrong for Halloween Grubb.
It's a good
Mike
costume.
Secretly never played Alan Wake and was winging it during the discussion. So I actually was just playing a video file of somebody else's playthrough the entire time. Have you ever had a concept for a game that was your dream game? One where it was a concept or idea you've always wanted in a game, and when it finally happened, the game messed it up. I mentioned it before, but Murdered Soul Suspect was something I've always wanted before. The player as a ghost investigating their own murder, but we all know how that turned out. I'm not doing a lot of fantasy game deving in my head, Jeff. Really.
Yeah, not much of that. I mean, I'll tell you what. Before Breath of the Wild came out, I was imagining, hey, what if a Zelda did that? What if it was this open world thing that played around with systems and maybe had a physics system, and that's how you solve puzzles? And boy, they fucking delivered on that so hard. Was one of the big reasons it moved me so much. It's like they knew what they were doing to the point where it's like they felt like they were reading my mind. And then beyond that, I don't know. There's nothing really pops to mind. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, like wanting an RPG where you were a Big Mac like truck driver and you were driving cross country, and it's like, oh, we have like American Truck Simulator, things like that. It's not exactly what I was thinking though. I wanted to be playing the player, not playing as the truck, or playing as the driver, not as the truck. But whatever. I don't consider that like not getting it right. They're just making a different game than what I wanted.
You know, funnily enough, I remember an issue EGM where they had some kind of contest, like who could pitch the best game idea. And this is like maybe like 2001-ish, and the winner was somebody said they should make an MMORPG. And remember, like this point, we're talking like EverQuest and Asheron's Call. There's no World of Warcraft even. It's like they should make an MMORPG that's with superheroes. This was before City of Heroes, and that like won. I was like, that is a good idea. Then like a couple of years later, we had City of Heroes, and it was a good idea. So there you go. From G-Man Sir, hello Jeff, the biggest Chun-Li simp Grubb, and Mike, illegal hentai collector Miss Naughty. Do you think
thick thighs save lives? What do you want me to say?
I mean, are there any Street Fighter like woman characters that don't have thick thighs? I guess not as thick.
I don't understand the problem. I don't understand the
Yeah,
question.
I'm just saying, like, you know,
Okay, all right.
when everybody has thick thighs, then
More lives are being saved. This is all good news.
So. Yeah, you gotta figure it right. Do you think Reggie leaving Nintendo America is part of the reason why the relationship between Nintendo and the Game Awards decreased? Hashtag unban Xbox Killer. I don't think if he's bad, we'll unban him. Yes, I do. I do think that's why there's been significantly less involvement from Nintendo, right?
Yeah,
Jeff?
they probably just. I think maybe a little bit. They also probably just haven't had much to show. But also, they're not on like Jeff Keighley's speed dial anymore. I mean, I bet he wishes they were. But you know, Doug Bowser's like, no, man, you don't need my number. Just here's my office. Here's my offices. You can email my secretary. That's probably how it works now, and it's not as much access for Jeff as he had before.
Turbo Sean says Cammy's a twig compared to Chun's legs. Law. Man, I don't know. I spent a lot of time looking at Cammy's legs, and I can't imagine ever calling them a twig-alike, twig-ish. From Lostian here. Hell yeah, Jeff, the Martian Grubb, and Mike, I hate delicious strawberry Pop-Tarts Minotti. That's not true. I do like a decent strawberry Pop-Tart every now and then, I won't lie. Hope your weekend was good. Now that we are officially in the end of the year, since the most important holiday has passed, Halloween, what are your must-gets of 2022 on the Switch? Sales are inbound soon, so suggestions would be great. If you like JRPGs, I think Live Alive and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 are both fantastic. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is great if you're just like, a basic Nintendo fan. You know what I mean? If you like Nintendo as Nintendo games,
Yeah.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land for sure. And then Splatoon 3. Splatoon 3 has been tons of fun.
Yeah, those are probably the right answers. I'm trying to look and see if there's anything.
I mean, I know it just listed basically most of their big first-party releases of the year. I know, but I stand biased though.
Yeah, I was going like Pokemon Legends Arceus. Like people don't know about Pokemon.
I was going through like a process where I think about games from this year. I completely forget that game came out this year. It was January. Feels so long ago.
I never played Triangle Strategy, so I can't speak to that. Yeah, I don't know. Get Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic on your Switch. That's good.
Yeah, maybe get KOTOR 2 once that patch comes out where they add in the ending.
I think it might already come out. I think it might have.
I hope so. Hey, you always people say that, and I'm not sure. I hope so because I want.
I'm not sure, but I said think, so I don't know.
I heard you. I heard you, buddy. I heard you say think. You know what I think? I think you got a big old punch coming to the face. Is what I think.
Yeah, I think that too. I think that a lot of times.
Fish and Love says, wait a second, did I miss something here? No. Fish and Love says, hi, Jeff, Vagina Bones, Fanatic Grubb, and Mike. My special skill is actually sex, Minotti. I would like you two to place a very formal bet on which of the following game will hit the Switch first. Advance Wars 1+2, Metroid Prime Remaster, or Wind Waker HD. Please be specific on the issue of the bet. Thanks, Beefies. Yeah, I think Metroid Prime Remaster comes out first, or else I'll shave my beard. How about that? That's where we already got that one.
Yeah, that's already on the line. So Metroid Prime Remaster, and my hair's up there, so I don't think we need to add anything else to the bet.
Yeah, there we are. Keywork says, sup, homies? How much does Nintendo care about Donkey Kong as an independent IP? I feel like they are obligated to care due to the popularity of the character, but do the minimum to support it. I know I have it much better than fans of the forgotten franchises, but am I crazy to feel as if DK gets so little nowadays? Let me know if I'm wrong. It's kind of an awkward spot, Jeff, because Retro was making the new like big Donkey Kong Country games, and they're clearly very busy now. Metroid. So, there's the rumor that the Mario team's next game is going to somehow be Donkey Kong related. Now, maybe it's Mario and Donkey Kong. Maybe it's just Donkey Kong. I don't know. But yeah, it is kind of like, it is weird how relatively little Donkey Kong we've had. For a while, there were he kind of lived a lot on the portable stuff now that I think about a lot of those Mario versus Donkey Kong games.
Yeah.
The King of Swing thing, stuff like that.
And you're right, but on the margins other than that, like, Donkey Kong and Jungle Beat. I think that this will not last. I think Donkey Kong is going to get a lot of attention here pretty soon, due in part to the fact that he is in the movie and he is at the theme parks soon.
Yes, he's in the movie. He's going to have his own little section of Super Nintendo World dedicated to him.
It's a lot of investment not to re-up excitement with a video game. Like, that's the heart of it all. So make a good video game and all that other stuff will do that much better.
It's not like F-Zero where it's kind of intentional to put it on the sidelines for a bit. With Donkey Kong, I think it's a victim of circumstance. He will be back. Fluffy Cloud Gamer says, hello, boys. In honor of Twitter's inevitable demise, if you were in charge of a Nintendo character social media page, who would it be and what would you post on it? I think Kirby's Twitter would be the best because it would just be like pictures of him or like food and like no words. You wouldn't write. It would just be pictures, and I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, I like that. I would just be Luigi, and I would just vaguely imply that he gets to have sex a lot.
I got you guys say he gets a lot of pussy, and then you're like, that sounds too crude.
And I was about to say, as I was changing up, a lot of tail, and then I'm like, what am I, a fucking Fonzie from? what am I, a cool dude from 1960? What the hell? No, I'm not going to say that. So we swerved a little bit harder than that, and I'm just like, this is a better way. Just like vaguely implied, just like, oh, here's me with Daisy, and then another time he's with someone else, and I don't know.
Who else, Jeff? Who else is Luigi having sex with? I want to know.
All of them, just everybody. A lot of the Toads. Most of the Toads.
Most of the Toads. All right, good to know. Dominic Malta says, "Hi, Jeff and Mike. I'm the idiot with the broken leg from running over 10 to 12 miles every day. Apparently, the human body can't withstand that for 508 days straight.
Oh, too much.
Too much. Anyways, an update on the GameStop midnight launch of Bayonetta 3 with all the Call of Duty fanboys. Sadly, when I got up to the cashier at GameStop, I asked if anyone else has picked up Bayonetta 3, and he said no. But that's not the saddest part. The person next to me picking up the copy of Modern Warfare 2 looked over at me after I asked the GameStop cashier about Bayonetta and said, 'What the hell is Bayonetta?' I felt so personally insulted that they didn't know who Bayonetta was. She's literally the female version of Deadpool, with her making sexual jokes and gestures as she kills people. But I am loving the game. I like this idea that she's the female version of Deadpool because of that. Yeah, hey, look, man, we have to have low expectations for the people who only buy a Call of Duty game every year and what other video game characters they might be aware of, right?
Yeah, I mean, even like on video game Twitter, I was tweeting about Vampire Survivors today, and people are like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, I might have to kill you. I'm sorry, I might have to murder you." Like, you're making me really mad right now.
People a lot lately.
Yeah. I don't know any other answers to my problems other than violence, Mike.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but you don't have those high expectations. Of course, they don't know about Bayonetta. That's why they're not cool dudes like us.
Yeah. Speaking of cool dudes, let's look at this animated cartoon character's legs now. Sean posted a picture of Chun-Li. Says, "Bro, these things are WMDs compared to everyone else in series." Yes, you're right. She definitely does have the thickest of the thighs. Although in Street Fighter V, anyways, Cammy might be the ab queen, and I do have big respect for the ab queens. That's for sure. Yeah, there they are. Yeah, you could see all that and more if you watch the animated movie. Actually, the legs don't look that good in the movie.
Where did I go?
You're behind her leg.
Hello. There I go.
It's blotting out the sun. Oh, I see. You've actually, yeah. There's Cammy. Okay, let's see Cammy for comparison's sake now. So this is Street Fighter V.
I can see. Yeah, but those.
Yeah, I mean, they're very. Look, there's a lot of other things going on here to distract you from the fact that maybe
exactly.
Her legs
Like, listen,
quite as
am I really all that concerned about the girth of the thighs? Yeah, all right. Yeah, I get it.
I don't know what's up with it, but I've always liked her weird, like, padded glove thingies. They look comfy. They probably get sweaty and gross, though.
Yeah, they probably smell like hockey pads.
Yeah, that's too bad. All right, Jeff. Well, we're halfway through episode 69, so that's exciting.
Time to swap.
Why don't we take a little break and we'll be right back. Or do you want to talk about this poll first?
Oh, we can do that after the break.
All right, that sounds exciting. Whoa, that's a cliffhanger. Good job.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to stay
Stick around to see who won between Super Mario Odyssey and Super Mario Galaxy right after this.
Wow.
All right, I inserted an ad into the YouTube version, so
give me that ad.
Yeah, there went the ad.
Drink.
Hey, Christian, I thought you were dead.
Yeah.
What?
You didn't show up for 5 minutes, so we just assumed. We just told ourselves sad stories about your death. Okay, well, congratulations.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen,
thank you. I'm a ghost. I got killed during Halloween, and this is my ghost.
Hey, guess what? I can cash out from Anchor, so now we can move Last of the Nintendogs to the other platform.
Let's fucking go! Hey, are we gonna get paid then?
Excuse me? What?
Are we gonna get paid?
I don't understand.
Plata.
Oh, now I understand. All right, I hit the cash out button. So there we go. Now I'll figure out forwarding this for next week. I've been putting, even though I don't think there have been ads on Last of the Nintendogs for the last couple weeks, I've been putting the ad-free version when I remember in Podcast Producers, but it's definitely going into Acast. And if you're a supporter on Patreon, you get access to that. And if you are a supporter on YouTube, you should get the ad-free version on YouTube. So it's like those are your two good options. But then I'll also put the MP3 in Podcast Producers. So anyone who has access to Podcast Producers, which is anyone who supports us one way or the other, whether that's through my Twitch or anything else, you can get the ad-free version that way. Yeah, right now my pay is going towards potentially fixing my wife's car. And what was there? So, and God, took the little one, 5-year-old, to the doctor for her eyes. They want new glasses and another new pair of glasses that we got to get, and a whole different thing of contacts. It's like, of course, all of it has to happen at once. It's just, but yeah, we're figuring it out. So that's where that money's going. Did you smash her car in rage? No, she has a Prius and it won't start, and it's like, it's probably just the regular battery, but it could be the high voltage battery, and then the difference is like $200 versus $2,000 to up to like $6,000. So big gap there, but I'm pretty sure it's just the normal battery, and I'll get that replaced and do that myself. All right.
Check podcast producers.
Oh
There's
baby,
right,
okay, there's the thick thighs.
Yeah. Man, he
Fucking
literally
losers!
in the
You don't know
middle.
anything.
Man, those are the thickest thighs.
Oh, he can hug a bear with those thighs.
Are those like scars supposed to imply that his muscles expanded so much that's
No, he
ripped his
fights
flesh?
bears.
Oh.
Those are the scars.
Yeah, I mean, he's Russian. That's just what they do. That's how he gets to school.
Those are surprisingly symmetrical bear scars, is all I'm saying.
Well, bears,
I mean,
bears
got some
like
flaws.
math, you know.
Yeah.
Bears are animals of patterns. They just love symmetry. Okay.
If you see squares on the woods, you have to run away because those are bears. They've been there. That's just
Like Martha
science.
You're on that.
Okay, we've got to move on because I cannot stare at Cammy any longer and concentrate. We gotta get back in the show.
I could. I mean, yeah, but
I mean, listen, you're
concentrate now.
stronger than I am. Let's just be clear here. Okay.
Just do it. I got something we're gonna do.
Let me. Okay. Actually, you need to bring us back in 5, 4, 3.
All right, Jeff. What game do these assholes like better, Mario Galaxy or Mario Odyssey?
Yeah. So we ran that poll, and 62% voted for Super Mario Odyssey. Coming out on top there. 37% voted for Super Mario Galaxy. That's I think maybe that's skewing a little bit with, I guess, I mean, our audience isn't so young. They didn't play Galaxy, right? They probably
I think
played that as
Odyssey
kids.
is just actually better now.
Yeah, Odyssey probably just is better. And I think that's fair. It was a little bit closer earlier on, and the gap widened as people came in and voted more and more. So, yeah, I think it's fair.
Speaking of wide gaps, I actually don't know if that makes any sense. Just do this poll with no further context.
Sure.
Cammy, Chun-Li.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's do it. I got to know. But Jeff, it's time for us to talk about favorite Super Nintendo box art. We did NES last week. This week, now it's time for its big brother. I know for myself, it's maybe a cheater because like the Super Nintendo Final Fantasy 3 box art. God damn it, Jeff! Throwing Zangief in there. The Final Fantasy 3 Super Nintendo box art is nothing special. The Final Fantasy 6 Super Famicom box art is incredible. It's one of my favorite pieces of game art ever, with Terra on the Magic Tech armor overlooking, I think, Nibel. It's just got this really great color composition. It's kind of cold and wintry, but it has those steampunk vibes. That is a magical one for me.
Oh man, that is really good.
Yeah,
you forget how much better it is than the American one.
It is kind of obnoxious that they had access to this art, and then it's like time to make box art for the U.S. How about just a logo and we'll put
Let's
Google
use
on it,
use Photoshop 1.0 in the worst way ever. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I love that. But how about you? Do you have a favorite?
I really like. I was just looking at it now. I've lost it. Hang on. I like Super Mario RPG, actually. I think that it was late and it's got kind of those ugly renders, those Silicon Graphics renders, but I find that stuff really charming. And I just like that Mario and Princess Peach and Bowser are just standing side by side looking like goobers. And Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, that the font treatment on there is also kind of goobery, where it's just like big and bold and like really strong outline on it. And then you got that Smithy sword sticking out in the background. It's silly looking, honestly. It's silly looking, and I like it.
You talked about Photoshop. They did literally like have PNG files for these three characters.
Yes.
And like, yeah.
They had JPEG 2000s. Yeah.
Yeah. The strategy guide was great because I think they had a full page like spread for each of those character models, and it looked fantastic.
Yeah, I really like the early CGI models for Mario. They were figuring out. I mean, I don't know where you told that story about the early CGI for Mickey Mouse. Definitely feels like they had a similar thing going here, but they just went with it, and I like it.
Yeah. Man, the Famicom, Super Famicom box art is interesting because it's just a white background, and it's all the characters sitting next to each other, including Madeline and Gino, but also Yoshi, which kind of seems like false advertising.
Yeah, there's
Not a party
Boshi,
member.
so
right. Well, I mean, Yoshi's in the game. But
that's right. He is in the game. You're right, but he's
doesn't
not.
do jack.
Yeah, that's right. You can like visit him, right? That's it. Yeah.
He's like there where Boshi is. He's the one who tells you to like,
Yeah, in the
you gotta be
race.
Boshi in a race. Fuck that guy. Those are his exact words. All right, Jeff. Let's see what the community came up with here.
Yeah, sure, sounds
there's
good.
a
Let me,
couple other ones I was
let me-
thinking of that I'm sure they're gonna have
Get
here.
this going here. I think I got it ready to go. Yeah, there we go.
So Benji Glasskey says, "Art Secret of Mana. This is a very very pretty one. You know what's interesting, and I didn't know about this for a while, is that this is an extremely cropped piece of like poster art, really going up the length of the Tree of Mana. Normally you think cropping that'd be a disaster. Here, it works really well actually. That still looks very good. Very very cool kind of art style there. Those three characters drawn really small, juxtaposed with it. Very nice font choice. Very classy for SNES box art.
It is really pretty. The green is something you probably actually didn't see on a lot of box arts. That like earth tone green,
Yeah.
and
Moss.
so yeah, moss exactly, and I like that a lot.
Then Bench JC brings up the Chrono Trigger. This one is pretty cool because this has the artwork from the Dragon Ball guy Akira Toriyama, I think is maybe it. And I just I love the way Frog looks here. I was always a little confused by Meryl. I think her name is Meryl's appearance because she never wears anything like that in the game as far as I can remember. But still, pretty cool stuff.
Sorry, let me scroll down here. There we go.
There you go, Jeff. I was correct on the name. Hooray! I was wondering why you weren't scrolling down already, but
I was trying to look at a better look at the Super Mario RPG Japanese box art and got distracted.
Fair enough. It's not like you had anything to do. You're fine. Do you like Chrono Trigger's box art, Jeff?
I really do. Yes, you're right. The Toriyama stuff is always kind of at the time it felt like overkill, but today it's like this is whimsical and nostalgic.
Velocity Prime says the unquestionable king of SNES cover art is Phalanx. Why is this the cover? Who approved it? Did it make anyone actually want to play the game? Who can say? But an old Banjo Man is certainly a way to sell your shmup. It's definitely a very confusing cover art. I kind of like it,
Oh,
but again, like it definitely wasn't good box art, but I do like it.
I just Googled it. Destructoid has a story discovering the mystery behind the Phalanx cover art, and I'm gonna read that later because I need to actually know what the hell happened there.
You barely even notice that that's a spaceship next to him, right?
Right.
Incredible.
It looks like a shooting star. It looks like a million other things, but not a spaceship.
Yeah, because it's a shmup. That's all it is. Garfield Lasagna Party Hype says the Mario box art perfectly captures the chaos that is
Mario
Kart. Did I say what? Yeah, Mario Kart.
I think you just said Mario Kart box art. But yes, Mario Kart box art is very good.
That's right. Yeah, Mario. Yeah, it is good. Again, it's so funny that you just have like a regular Koopa. You've got Donkey Kong Jr. in here. Actually, good stuff though. It's very good, like classic Mario art, right?
Yes, I like seeing the original Donkey Kong in there and seeing like the I don't know the bold lines, like outlines for all these characters where it's almost like they're embossed or something. It's just it's cool looking.
There should be one of them just driving his car along the wall on the turn there and passing all of them up.
Yeah, I agree, Mad Maddie, with that. I miss Nintendo's hand-drawn stuff a ton.
Dr. Suss says, it's not even a game I particularly love, but it's the game that came bundled with the SNES when my cousin got it, and I played it to death with her. The art is amazing. The game was beautiful. It's the box art that immediately comes to my mind. We talk about the SNES. It is Donkey Kong Country. I mean, this is so fun still at the times. Again, you say that you're saying with Mario Party or Mario RPG, but obviously this kind of already immediately looked a little
Yes.
bit better than that. I like
Oh,
the
yeah.
jank of the Mario RPG models, but this maybe had a bit more vision to it. Except for that goofy ass looking beaver there. He's looking
That beaver just looks like a
interesting.
Rare character for sure. It just looks so like what Rare would go on to do with all their 3D stuff.
Mm-hmm. One of our CPU says Super Mario All Stars. It has a lot of cool Mario art on it. Also love how Mario is still wearing his denim overalls while wearing a dress shirt, tuxedo jacket, bow tie, and a top hat with his M on it. Yeah, this is pretty fun cover art. Love you have all the references to all these old games in there. I never even noticed this Cloud Bowser behind everything until just now. So that's never saw that before.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's fun.
And the like putting the Tanuki suit and the frog suit right there. It's like, oh yeah, there's so many cool things in these games. So yeah, I like that.
There's Birdo hanging out down there. Yeah, it's neat. The next one is look, Superhuman says love the Japanese boxer for Final Fantasy VI, which went for a great Yoshiataka Amano image. I always just say Amano because that first word is clearly hard for me. Because art Square didn't use for the covers of the previous two games in the series. Yeah, the previous two games were just used some like this other artist who did a more chibi style, and they're kind of neat too. But God, look at that. That is just so gorgeous.
Yep.
Holy shit.
It is a real masterpiece.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Mr. Bohr says, I've never even played the game, but I find the Earthbound box art to be really iconic. As a side note, I didn't realize for a long time that Ness is in the reflection of the Starman's visor and thought it was a giant robot.
That's
Ness was
cool. I didn't
controlling
notice
from
that
the
either.
inside.
Neat.
I always thought that Ness was inside that robot. Yeah, controlling it. So yeah, this thing was huge too because it came with a strategy guide.
Right? Is that why it was so big? I always like
That's why
saw
it
the
was so
box and
big.
I was like, "What the hell is this thing? Is there like a multi tap in it?"
That's what I
assumed-
also thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. It's like I guess Earthbound's some kind of multiplayer game that comes with a multi tap because
Yeah.
the only thing it reminded me of was Bomberman. I think had a
Yeah.
similar big box. Yeah. Cool. Oh, I was hoping somebody would bring this one up. Tink says, I was going to say Super Punch Out until I saw the incredible Super Famicom art for Liberty or Death. Just look at this. Yeah, the SNES, like the US one uses the same art. It's just, the different perspective. It also looks pretty nuts. Just
Mhm.
incredible.
I like this a lot.
Crazy Strict Basketball says, Super Mario World, I love the simplicity of this box. I do like it. There is something about that original Yoshi that is just weird now, right? Like that, he looks off model to me now.
Yeah, these days.
They definitely kind of squared that design away eventually.
This
Like,
this is. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna let you finish. What were you saying?
You go ahead. I'm tired of hearing my own voice.
It's in the lineage of Super Mario Brothers. Like he's like jumping across as an 8-bit, and then Super Mario Brothers 2, he's flying across the screen with the holding the radish, and then Super Mario Brothers 3 is just he's in the suit and he's flying, and it's the yellow background, and this is that idea again, and it still is great. And boy, that Super Mario World font is just perfect.
Yeah, I mean it's basically still the font in a lot of things, right? Or
Yeah.
based on that, anyways.
God damn, that's awesome.
Nintendo
this
Bro
next
says
one.
the best 2D Metroid deserves the best box art of the 2D Metroid. I had no idea the box was that good in Japan.
Yeah,
I
that's
want that
awesome.
poster. Like the US one is fine, it's
Mhm.
okay, but geez, there was like an old sci-fi like novel cover aspect to this that I absolutely love. God, what a good game! That just makes me want. That literally makes me want to play the game again right now.
Yeah. Yes, it's like and so it's such good vibes, such good colors. It's like so ominous. You get the idea that she's running. It feels like such an active image. It's really good.
Turbo Bomba says, based on a technicality, I don't think it counts, but I submit the Final Fantasy VI box art for the Super Famicom. But if it has to be the SNES, and I submit Super Ghouls and Ghosts, it's busy in the perfect way and one of the most iconic Super Nintendo covers. So yeah, Final Fantasy VI, great. Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Something about that man's skeleton is bothering me. Like his arm seems to be bending in a strange way.
Where's the skeleton? I'm like,
No, I mean like his actual skeleton.
oh, yes, the way he's holding the thing. Yeah, I mean
To
this.
be clear,
and the
it's
sword's
Super
behind
Ghouls and
his
Ghosts. I
head.
don't blame you for thinking I'm talking about a literal.
Yeah.
skeleton.
Okay. Yeah. I don't like the font, and I don't know.
I don't like it. I'll just, no offense, Turbo Bomba. I don't like this one.
I think it's busy in the right way. I think is onto something. It's like, but it's like ugly in an interesting way. Is how I would describe it.
I guess so.
But I don't know. I'm glad you picked it. It's a good call.
Okay, that Chun-Li Cammy Zangief poll ended. Chun-Li won with 46%, then Cammy 36, and Zangief 16%. I think Zangief was a spoiler on that one, Jeff. I think it.
Oh, you think it was it all came from Cammy?
Yeah, I think that all the Cammy fans were tempted by Zangief's even greater showing of skin, but so they'll come around eventually, though. Look, they're both good.
Hey,
All
there's
three
no
are
losers
good.
here. No losers.
There's no losers. I saw some people upset that Jury wasn't in it. Man, Jury's like definitely the most popular Street Fighter character that has happened post Street Fighter Alpha, I would say. At
Sure,
least,
it's
like,
definitely the one
more
I hear
popular than
brought up
anybody
the
from
most often.
3
Yeah,
even. Yeah.
yeah.
Turns out people just like sexy girls in the fighting games.
Yeah, weird.
Really blame them. Then Screaming Madden, of course. It probably killed him that there wasn't a Madden game in the NES, huh? Gotta be on brand and say the box art for the story franchises debuted on Nintendo hardware. John Madden Football. Look how happy Madden is.
Yeah, I
for you to play
love this.
the game.
They had they also used Photoshop 1.0 and they replaced the ball because that was actually just a turducken in front of him originally.
Razzle Jazzle says, I can't quite find the words to describe why I enjoy the Japanese box art from Link to the Past.
Because it rules.
But I think the art style speaks for itself. So, I think I'll be controversial here, maybe. I think I like our very simple SNES box art more. That's just the logo on the gold background. For one thing, he's kind of like he doesn't make sense. He's like standing on brush.
Sure, yeah.
Which is a very small deal. I understand. The Master Sword in the background looks cool. I never actually was a big fan of this style of Link looking kind of like an 80s anime character. It's fine. Not my favorite version of Link.
I like this a lot. I like the shiny logo. How it's like it looks like it's made out of gold and it's shimmering in the middle. I like that a lot.
Oh, this one is good. Love the Future City vibes. The font is a banger as well. It says Hosp about F-Zero. It's simple, but I don't know, there's so much energy. It's basically about that logo, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
That logo's doing a lot and in a very good way.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Oh, man. Casual brings up the Super Famicom version of Super Mario World. That's so weird. I always forget that in the Famicom box art, it actually says Super Mario Brothers 4 as a kind of box subtitle.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, we don't take that seriously, just like how we don't take the Super Mario World 2 box subtitle seriously on Yoshi's Island, of course.
Yeah.
I also forget that there's literally a world behind them. It's just interesting.
There's
nowhere in the game. In the game, it's very clear you're just on an island and not a separate world. But you
go to different islands, right? You're in multiple islands because
it's like an island chain, I suppose you could say.
It's an archipelago. Oh man, I don't know.
Archipelago.
Archipelago. There you go. Yes.
Yeah. You think this is where they got the idea for Mario Galaxy? This basically looks like a Mario Galaxy island. You even have the bullet bill like following the gravity.
Yep, this is where they invented the idea. And they could finally realize it with the power of the Wii.
Lenny Cool Dick Denver says, a lot of my choices are taken, so may as well show some Falcom love. Hey, look, it's Ys 4, Mask of the Sun. That is a lot going on with that logo. You have basically 3 different styles with different kinds of like.
It looks like a YouTube thumbnail.
It looks like a YouTube thumbnail.
Yeah.
Is Ys 4 one of the like 2D ones, or is it one of the top-down like bump games? I'm not sure.
I honestly, to this day, have very little understanding of what Ys is at all.
These days are actually relatively
I think you mean
action
Ys
RPGs.
days.
Ys days, Ys nuts. They're actually. Does Jan know about the Ys?
I don't know, but I'll bring it up next week and see what happens. Just watch him explode.
Just for that, he's like, "There's a whole game that's just called Ys." The whole series. There's like 9.
You won't believe the sights you've yet to see.
Yeah, I think this one sucks. But in a fun way that I like. Hey, here's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time. That's a really fun. I like that train. The turtles are so ugly but detailed that I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Once again, they're color coded, which is nice at least. The Statue of Liberty is there. They're on the board. This is cool. This is fun.
Yeah, it's a good box art.
Yeah, no complaints on that one. Why is this Beef Hammer has a spoiler tag on his? What the hell is this? Oh, he got us. That's not real.
So the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim for the Super Nintendo. I also Googled Super Nintendo box art, and that came up as like the 5th result. So Mm.
Fluffy Cloud Gamer says, I kind of love Kirby Superstars box art for being surrounded by stars and a golden logo to make it feel bigger than any Kirby game before, which it was true, literally and figuratively. Yeah, I mean, the whole 8 games in one thing gives it a bit of a flea market vibe that's a little cheap, but it's still fun. That's also my favorite Kirby power-up ever, is that the beam power-up that he's sporting right there with that fun little jester hat thing, so that's good. Lossian also echoes Turtles in Time. Just seeing it reminds me of sitting in a corner living room in front of the TV my grandma got me and playing it for hours. Uncharted Wolf. Whoa, here's an example. We got a big upgrade over in Japan, apparently. Every time we do this topic, I'm going to choose Castlevania box art. How could I not? It's one of my favorite franchises of all time. It's home to the most iconic box art in all of gaming. Super Castlevania 4 may be low on my favorite Castlevania games, but ranks very highly on my favorite box arts of all time. My favorite part about it is how grotesque and evil the monsters are portrayed, especially the skeleton, which goes from cheap Halloween decoration to something legitimately threatening. I should also specify I'm talking about the US box art because the Japanese one leaves a lot to be desired. What happened with this Japanese one?
Yeah, that's messed up.
Like, look at Dracula.
Yeah,
Holy
he's just,
shit.
Yeah, that's like a local theater Dracula.
Yeah, man, we really lucked out on this one. Good for us, I guess.
USA, we did it.
Shoji Kodo says Dino City. I don't recall the gameplay being very memorable, but always thought this box art was pretty awesome back in the day. Wow.
Yeah,
That's something.
Is he wearing a robe? No, it's like a leather jacket. Okay, so it's a cool dino, not a pervy dino. All right.
This is making me think of one I might have forgotten, but I'm going to look up. MonkeyBot 9K says, personally, I love the freedom Nintendo gave publishers with the Japanese Super Famicom boxes. They could be vertical or horizontally laid out, and they could print the whole box without any specific borders or anything, just the Super Famicom logo. My favorite so far is actually a Japanese version of a non-Japanese game. Art by Katsuya Terada. Oh, look at this art for Prince of Persia. That is really pretty.
Yeah, it's real nice.
Jesus. Why is that good? Ebe Godi says, adding this one just to suck up to Mike.
God,
also, he seems like he needs a wood
good.
to That's pretty cool. I mean, it's basically just that
It's just a
incredible
poster.
Rocketeer poster that I just absolutely love. God, yeah.
Man, I'm overdue for a watch. I don't think I've watched it in about a year.
Oh, there you go, dude. Yeah, you absolutely.
Rocketeer.
Treat yourself. That's what I say. Turbo Sean says the only one I want to give a shout out to that hasn't been mentioned yet is the second mainline Mario game to hit the SNES, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. You mean that would be Super Mario 4, Super Mario Brothers 4, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, I guess, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Good boxer. Yeah. Pretty good boxer. Hey, look who it is! Emmett Goy says Mike called us assholes, so I'm changing it. Fuck Rocketeer. This Street Fighter 2 box art is great.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
it's great because it's like before they knew how to like really draw these characters for the audience, and Blanca looks like she looks stupid, and Ryu's just dead. I like it.
It's something. I don't know if I dislike it, but yeah, there it is. And then G Mincer says Barbie looks hot. Oh, Jeff, that's your favorite hentai character.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I threw in one I forgot about. Evo Search for Eden. I think this one has very, very pretty box art actually. So I'm gonna show that all to you. It's here too. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, Jeff? Next week we're doing Nintendo 64. Don't be surprised. Actually, when I say we, no, I'll be back. Actually, I think I will.
You'll be back for this. You're gonna be gone on Thursday, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna miss Thursday. That's okay.
All right, here we go. I like Mario Paint.
Mario Paints is cool. I forgot. Yeah, I even thought about Contra 3 Alien Wars before too. Konami usually has really good box
Yeah,
art.
good artists on staff.
Mm-hmm. Hey Jeff, why don't we get to the super chats? I think we got a few of those.
Yeah, let's see. Where did I put my stream mail limits? I think I put it right there. All right, let's get to the ones that came in today, starting with Gartooth. Hey Jeff and Mike, which platformer would you most like from Nintendo next? A new 2D Mario, a 3D Mario, Wario Land, or Donkey Kong?
I'd always pick 3D Mario. 3D Mario games are like among my favorite games very easily, so that's always going to be my first choice.
Yeah, I mean, this if it's like at the expense of not getting another 3D Mario very soon, I kind of don't pick any of those except for 3D Mario as well. But if it's like, okay, if all things being equal, and if we get a new Donkey Kong first, that doesn't mean we get a 3D Mario later. It just means that, it'll just come a little bit later, something like that. I think I'd be okay with a Donkey Kong. Even a 2D Mario would be, if they get rid of the new stuff. If it's like,
Okay.
hand-drawn art and cool mechanics. I would like that. Honestly, all of these sound good, though.
Old Super Mario Brothers.
Yes, that's a good idea, actually. From Toadpak Shakur. From driver/courier to games journalist, what a fucking fall from grace. Mike, you're cool, though.
Thank you,
Dude,
Toadpak.
Toadpak Shakur, always trying to beef with me. I don't think it's gonna
That's very
end.
well.
I don't think it's gonna end good for Pac.
Oh, he'll be fine. He's got my protection.
I was about to do the Biggie lyrics. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, but I don't want to imply that we're gonna get in a rap battle or a beef war.
I could rap battle, I bet.
Yeah, well, I believe in you. From
I bet
Curry
we could
Douglas.
get Windbag, he could help. Go ahead. What
Yes.
does he have to say?
He'd be very helpful. What are y'all's thoughts on the Super NT? I just pre-ordered one, and I'm excited. I really want to play Donkey Kong 94 on the Super Game Boy. I have one, and I like it. It's just a little bit frustrating because you can jailbreak it, and that enables you to play a bunch of Super Nintendo games, just none that have like the Super FX2 chip. So you can't play Super Mario RPG and a bunch of other ones.
It's Yoshi's Island, probably, huh?
Yeah, I don't think Yoshi's Island works. I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess I can get those cartridges. What I should probably really do is just get an EverDrive or something for it and just do it that way. But otherwise, I really, really like it. It's a good system.
Yeah, I was when I was getting like a bit of that FOMO when it was like last chance to pre-order the Genesis and their Super Nintendo ones, and I was like, man, I would like to, but that's a lot to pay for. Frankly, things I already have like the minis of all these things.
Yeah.
They're very easy to mod and games too, and to just play mods on whatever anyway. So I was like, it's cool, it's neat. I still even have the original for both of those. I probably don't need them. I know that this is the last one for those. I imagine there will be something.
Well,
in the
you
future
can
that will
always
make
just get a
cartridges again.
Mister, which is probably actually what I'm going to do. I think I've decided I'm going to get a Mister. I've been talking myself out of it for so long because I'm just like, just emulate, Jeff. Just get don't pretend like you actually need things to be perfect. But I'm like, it's just enough of a hassle when you're setting up the emulators each time and like it doesn't carry over in the way you want. And I just want things to just work like they did. Mister does that, so I think I'm going to do the Mister. I know the Mister rules. I played around with one a little bit. Dan brought his to Bombathon. It was cool to play around with.
Check. I need to look.
Yeah,
at
and Dan figured it out.
I'll mess around with it.
Dan has a hookup too that would like get me the discounted version, so that'd be nice because those can get pretty expensive. From Infernal Tim, if my coworkers call Mike Mind Goblin, I'm sorry, it's not my fault. Somehow, Infernal Tim, I think it might be your fault, but I want you to know I fully approve everything you've done here. So
Oh my god,
you have the
I
full
can't believe how
support
hard that got
of
me.
Last of the Nintendogs.
No, you got half the support of the last Nintendogs, to be clear.
From Toadpak Shakur coming back says, Jeff, if you actually weren't one of my favorite industry peeps, I wouldn't talk about you at all. And then sad face emoji. No, okay. Toadpak Shakur, I will not gun you down in the street like the actual Toadpak Shakur got shot.
Oh, that's great. You're not going to kill him.
Not going to kill you. So congratulations. And thank you all for the super chats.
Whoa, there's
really
one
appreciate
here
it.
about pancakes and waffles. Let's see.
Did I miss it?
Right before Toadpak?
Right
Aki sacked?
Oh yeah, wait, where is it at? Maybe I'm
Hacky
not.
sack.
I don't think I see that on the stream
Man, what's
elements.
going on with stream elements?
I don't know. That's frustrating. Can you read it for me, please?
Yeah, Hacky Sack just asks pancakes or waffles.
Okay, I can see it on YouTube, and that never works. Pancakes or waffles? Pancakes or waffles? French toast.
Jeff, don't be that guy. That wasn't part of the. You already had to add Zangief to Kimmy Chun-Li. Not everything is an excuse for you to show us how clever you are. Now, answer the
The
goddamn
cleverest
question.
man of all time says French toast. No, yeah, I'll do pancakes. Give me pancakes.
I used to be team pancakes, but I really like all the crispy edges and stuff that you get from waffles.
Sure.
Plus,
I like that too.
chicken and waffles, very good.
Fucking
So
chicken. I had that the other day. It was very, very good at a good restaurant.
I'm team waffles. So we can run a poll. One more poll. We can see what people think. Yeah.
Okay.
We got to run a poll, Jeffy.
Yep, I'm going. Let's see. Waffles.
Don't add a third choice for the love of God.
Pancakes. Fuck Mike.
Zangiefs. You should have Zangiefs.
All right, everybody.
I'm funny.
Yes,
See?
absolutely. We have done all the super chats. We're all caught up there.
Jeff, what have you been playing anything? Nintendo stuff?
I've been very busy, and so I've been playing like games for work, and then Marvel Snap when I haven't had that. And the game for work I can't talk about yet. So I'm a little bit low on the on the Nintendo games this week. I was just looking. I'm like, man, I really want to start, and I still have not really. Sparks of Hope. I'm gonna play that here pretty soon. But that's kind of still just waiting there for me. I did actually boot up the Switch to play Pilot Wings with my N64 controller,
Nice.
and that was fun. That was a good time. And of course, I've been playing a ton of Bowser's Fury and 3D World and Mario Odyssey because Addy needs help every 5 minutes. And that's great. So I'm getting a lot of Nintendo gaming in. It's just those 3 games over and over, and honestly, no complaint.
Yeah, you know what? I was thinking this one. Oh, the CPU just asked you guys didn't play Bayonetta 3. It is pretty funny that we have a Nintendo podcast and we haven't played the big Nintendo game.
I mean, we didn't get code. I mean, I guess we can ask the coach now.
I got a code.
Okay. Well, you have other things going. You're like getting ready for the trip and stuff.
I'm very busy. Yeah. I just haven't started it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I want to. Because, I think we're both reviewing this one game and I have this trip. So, hopefully we'll be able to talk about it eventually. Definitely before the end of the year.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask for a code right now, and then we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, there you go. I beat Eternal Darkness. I think I did mention that. I did really enjoy that game, Jeff. It's a lot of fun. I know that you've been watching Backler kind of play through it. I've been avoiding those streams, but as you're kind of watching it, like, what is your impression? Is this something that still looks fun, holds up to you? Or do you think it's something that's dated.
There's definitely. I mean, listen, it's dated. It's clearly dated. It was a 3D game on the GameCube that was still figuring out a lot of stuff like combats and cameras and things like that. But for the most part, there's a lot of cool, interesting ideas in there. I like the system of unlocking magic and using them in fun ways and solving puzzles using those magic tricks. All that stuff is pretty neat. And I think I really like the structure of going from chapter to chapter, and the chapters all link together. It is one big thread over this long course of time. What a good idea. And the game really does a good job of delivering on that. So I think it still holds up in a lot of important ways.
Yeah, I think that's right. The structure is that probably the best part. Like playing all these different characters, you kind of have these 4 key areas that you're revisiting. So you're seeing how those places are changing. And you're recognizing aspects of it each time. It all comes together in a really satisfying way. And like the kind of narrative glue, you're this girl and you're Buffy the Vampire Slayer in this mansion, and do even like, oh well, now that I did this chapter, I know how to cast this spell, so now I can go to this new part of the mansion. That stuff all works really well. It's got enough of that Resident Evil flair, but I like that it did do a lot to kind of stand on its own. It doesn't have tank controls, which is actually pretty interesting. At this time, that was still very much the standard for these kind of games. Apparently, at one point it did, and maybe it was Mr. Miyamoto himself who told him, don't do that. So, how about that? He has good ideas sometimes.
Yeah, turns out.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And, that was a game that, again, I played some of as a kid, a good chunk of, but never beat it. Kind of like Beautiful Joe, and it's satisfying to go back to those games specifically and actually play through them and beat them. It feels good. Yeah,
I mean, it's a lot of GameCube games hold up. Those ones seem like they specifically would hold up very well.
Jeff, I also played some Shrek Super Slam on stream the other day here.
How'd that go for you?
Jeff, no. Actually a good game.
Really?
I put it in like, this would be a funny joke to make fun of this piece of shit.
That's
fun.
Like,
the moment I went to training mode and moved Shrek, I was like, oh, that didn't feel bad.
Wait, who made it?
It's Activision, the publisher. I'm not sure who the publisher is. It just says Activision on the back. I think somebody told me Toys for Bob may have actually been involved, which makes sense.
Oh, okay, that made. I was like kind of hoping it was like a secret Aki game or something like that, but yeah, that would make sense.
It's basically it's Arena Fighter like Power Stone that takes even more ideas from like Smash Brothers in terms of like what the controls are. And like the combat itself is actually somewhat PlayStation All-Stars like.
Yeah.
In terms of the only way you score is you like hit people to build up your meter. Then if you connect with your super, that kills them and gives you a point. The only 2 games I know of that are like that are this and PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. But like, there's a lot of characters in it. There's a story mode with like actually well animated cutscenes in between. They don't have a lot of the, if any, original cast back, but they're good sound-alikes. There's even this other single-player mode where there's all these different special missions on this like kind of game board looking thing. I'm like, this is much, much more than I was expecting from a game called Shrek Super Slam. It is actually a good game.
Yeah, that's I think GameCube is maybe has some of the maybe it has the most hidden gems, the most games that are like secretly pretty good.
Yeah, I think that makes. I mean, I think this was on PlayStation 2 also, at least, but I bet it runs better on GameCube. I don't know if it had an Xbox version. Who's my main? Well, Shrek was pretty fun. I liked, you could be human Fiona and ogre Fiona, and I liked human Fiona quite a bit. There's like donkeys there, Puss in Boots, Pinocchio, Gingy was pretty good, little gingerbread dude. They also had some original characters at the time, like that's pretty good, Jeff.
Thank you.
Had Humpty Dumpty is in there. Yeah. So I was really I was like surprised again. Like I thought we were gonna make fun of it, like a Sonic 06 thing. But no, I just had a good time. It could be kind of fun to play with people. I might have to get somebody over here and play me in Shrek Super Slam.
Sounds like fun. I like that a lot.
Yeah. There you go. All right, Jeff. I think we did it.
All right. Let me make sure that I have the right music selected. Nope, I changed it because I was getting things ready for later this week. And there we go.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening to Last of the Nintendogs. We'll be back on Thursday. Actually, Jeff, aren't me and you doing something tomorrow?
Tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. Tune into GiantBomb.com for the Battle of the Ages. Me and Mike, the Beef and Cheddar Boys, will be back on the arcade pit, everybody. So look into that. Twitch.tv/GiantBomb. Come watch us. It's a good time. We always win.
Except that one time we did.
Except for that one time. That was practice.
Yeah, that's practice. That was a warm-up. Yeah, so that'll be good stuff. Hey, everyone, new episode of 90s Disney about Disney pin trading went up today. So that's fun stuff. I bet you guys like video games. You probably like to collect stupid bullshit, too. So I think you can give that a listen, and you'll have a good time. It'll be fun. Man, Dan, I'm trying to figure if I need to try to push through some more of this game tonight or just get a good night's rest. I can really play a lot. I don't know. Bye, everybody. 4 more upvotes. 4 more thumbs up. Thumbs up. Town 64 Boxart next week.
N64 Boxart!
Guardians of the Galaxy is the Game Mess Game Club game, by the way.
Is it really? Holy shit!
Yeah, cool.
I'll partake.